Hello, how are we all getting on? So just thought I'd jump on and do another video. It's an update that's not an update really, because there's absolutely no happening apart from rumour after rumour after rumour. It's getting boring now. I'm absolutely sick to the back teeth of the situation. You know, Speakman and Dreyfus have got me absolutely sick. The lack of communication, the lack of direction. It's now, 117 days since I'm manager. We're back in pre-season training in 3 weeks. The first game's in 5 weeks. We've made no signings. We've got no direction. We've got out. And like I said in many videos previously, if things continue, then we will be in a relegation fight next season. Especially if the expected bids come in for Jack Clark and Job and Dan Ballard and the like. We're going to be in a right mess. And all I can see is a long season of struggle next year. Like I say, these rumours that keep on coming out, I'm not believing anymore until I've actually seen the picture of the new head coach with the scarf, because it's just an absolute joke. Prepped videos for Will Still, for Pascal Janssen, for Frank Lampard after Friday's fucking debacle, only for them to be a load of bullshit. Probably started by the bookies themselves. The bookies have absolutely taken us to the cleaners. All the money that went on Still and Janssen and Frank Lampard, I think he was short as 1 to 3 on Friday afternoon when there was a so-called press conference called at the academy for 1 o'clock, which turned out to be a load of bullshit. Then came out later on in the afternoon that Frank Lampard apparently was not under consideration. Now, whether he was and he's turned us down, but the club are too scared to admit it because of the backlash what they'd get if yet another manager turning us down, we don't know. But this is the current betting as it stands this morning. So you can see a new name on there, Didier Degaard, 6-4 favourite. Frank Lampard is still at 3-1. Robbie Keane, 4-1, with Cifuentes at 9-1. So the current favourite, Didier Degaard, don't know too much about him, apart from the fact that he used to play for Middlesbrough. He's the current assistant. He's the current manager of Nice Reserves. I mean, if you take a moment to think about that, he's the current manager of Nice Reserves in Ligue 1 in France. Now, if this is the level of manager what we're now looking at, reeks of desperation. I might be doing him an injustice. He might be the next big young thing. Like I say, he used to play for Middlesbrough. He did have a spell as caretaker manager in charge of the first team between January 23 and June 23, where he had a decent record. You can see managed 25 games, they won 12, drew 8, lost 5, scored 39, conceded 23. They had a goal difference of plus 16, and he finished off with a win rate of 48%. I think they finished the league that year in about 9th. But if this is the type, like I've said, if this is the type of manager that we're looking for, then God help us, in all honesty. The second favourite on there now is, or third favourite behind Lampard, is Robbie Keane. We all know Robbie Keane being linked with the club for the last 20 years. Every transfer window, he was linked. We're going to sign him, this, that, and the other. It never ever happened. So it'd be quite ironic if he suddenly became our manager. Won the Israeli Premier League last season with Maccabi Tel Aviv. Now, I didn't know how strong the Israeli Premier League is. I wouldn't have thought it'd be very strong, but he did get him to the last 16 of the Europa Conference League. Bit of a Sunderland connection. Rory Delap was his assistant manager there last year. And to be fair, they won the league by 11 points. His record: managed 57 games, won 42, drew 9, lost 6, a win percentage of 73%. Now, on paper, looks fantastic. But like I said, the strength of the Israeli Premier League, I'm not too sure. Was his first managerial job, full permanent. So, what's your thoughts? Would you be happy with Robbie Keane to come in and be manager? I didn't know. I suppose the plus point is he knows the leagues. He knows, he's got vast experience. I think he was assistant manager with Sam Allardyce at Leeds. He's been assistant at Middlesbrough under Jonathan Woodgate. So I didn't know. Again, it's another name that doesn't really fill you with much confidence. only had one full season in charge at a team, probably the equivalent of League One or League Two in this country. So, you know, what's your thoughts on them two, Didier Deegard and Robbie Keane, the latest two names to be linked? Like I say, me personally, I'm fucking at a loss. The lack of communication and what's coming to the club is just non-existent. And every Sunderland fan now is pissed off. It's what, like I said, 117 days now, and it's just an absolute joke. We are an absolute laughingstock. This job should be a job where, I've said it before, people would, you know, knock down brick walls to come and take this job on. You know, there should be a waiting list as long as your arm, or an application list as long as your arm, and manager after manager are just turning us down, and it's a shambles, and it's all down to two people, Speakman and KLD. They've totally lost the plot in my opinion. For me, they have to go. See it time and time again, but all I can say next season is if this continues, then there will be protests next season. Like I said, we're back in training in 3 weeks. The first game's in 5 weeks, and we've got no direction out, and it's just so annoying and so frustrating and so disheartening. After the great work that was done by Tony Mowbray a couple of years ago, we should have built on that, and we should have been challenging last season for promotion, and we fucking didn't. Again, down to two people. Lack of investment, lack of ambition. That's it. Like I say, it's an update. That's not an update. Shirt competition that we're running for these behind, you can see there's been 7 goals so far. The poor Jocks getting beat 5-1 of Germany, and then we beat Serbia last night 1-0 in a performance that for the first half an hour was good. Rest of it was shite. Lucky to escape with a 1-0, I thought. But England are notoriously slow starters in competition, so hopefully then we can kick on and see how we get on during the week. I thought Phil Foden, again, at international level, never seems to get involved in the games like he does for Man City. He struggled to get in the game. Bellingham, again, fantastic. But my man of the match last night was Declan Rice. I thought he was absolutely tremendous. Defensively, we look shaky, like we knew he would. Trippier at left back, he's not a left back. Geehy played decent centre half. Alexander-Arnold in midfield didn't really work. You know, he had a couple of good shots, but defensively give the ball away a couple of times, and against better teams you get punished. So that's just a little bit of an England opinion, if you like, from the game last night. But let me know what your thoughts are on Didier Deegard and Robbie Keane. I know you're probably all as bored as me with the situation now, and you just switched off until something actually happens and we actually have something confirmed. But until then, like I say, if something does happen, I'll be sure to jump on and give you another update. But until the next time, thanks for watching. Take it easy, stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Ta-ra.